Hey everybody, it's Scott from HuntTested, and I am here today to talk to you a little bit about the new Nemo First Lite collaboration on this spike tent. Nemo and First Lite just started to work together on tents and sleeping pads and backpacks, and I was lucky enough to have this tent along on a recent elk hunt. Right now I'm in my backyard in the suburban Twin Cities area, but it was great to have this tent along on my recent hunt to give me the option to stay out with the elk and to be able to camp out. Now we're truck camping typically, but I like to have the option if I'm going to hike farther in to be able to stay out. And this tent was really the perfect ticket. It weighs 1 pound, 10 ounces, I believe. So it's pretty lightweight. It's not much heavier than carrying a bivy sack. And it's a heck of a lot more comfortable to sleep in a tent where you can move around a little bit, have some headroom, store your gear versus sleeping in a bivy sack, at least in my opinion. So let's take a look at this tent and see what it looks like. So I've taken the tent out of its package, and here's what it includes. I really like the stuff sack on this tent. It's really high quality. It comes with really high quality aluminum stakes. You can see that these are really well made. These are not the cheap stakes that are going to bend on you. I really like the design of these. It has some poles for support that you're going to be using. And then the tent itself. And this tent is a really high quality nylon tent, and it is treated to be waterproof. So I think you're going to find that you really like the quality of this tent. And then one of the smart things that Nemo and First Lite have done in the design of this is you're going to use your own trekking pole that you already have along. This is mine, and this is the main support of the tent. So they're not adding any unnecessary weight to this tent. So let's put it together and let's take a look at what it looks like. All right, and here's the First Lite spike tent set up. It takes about 5 minutes to set it up, and there's a few things that I want to point out on the setup of this. So you can see my trekking pole is used as the main support. One of the things I really like about this tent is it does have a little vestibule off the front. So when I close this fly completely, I'm going to have enough protected space out of the rain to at least keep my boots and my pack out of the weather. So I really like that. If we look inside, it's a perfect size for one guy. You're not going to want any more than that, I can tell you that. But for one person, I really like the ability to sit up. I could sit up and have a meal right here. So for something that weighs a little over a pound, it gives me a lot of flexibility. We can see the poles right here keep the tent up and away from you. And literally this is just 4 stakes on the corners. Put the posts in the side, stake out the ends, put your pole in, and your camp is made for the night. So one other quick feature that I want to point out that I really like is the elevated foot box area. Now underneath this section, there's mesh, so it's breathable. So you have airflow going through the tent. I like that the foot box gives me room to move my feet around when I'm inside the tent. We'll just look at another view of the side. So that gives you another perspective on it. So this is the spike tent by First Lite. And if you are an elk hunter who is or any backcountry hunter for that matter, whether you're a truck camper like me who really wants a good option to be able to spend the night and put an elk to bed and be there first thing in the morning, or if you're a hunter that carries his entire camp on his back and wants to go as light as possible, and you're a bivvy hunter, this is a great option. It's made by First Lite. I think they're a great company. It's high quality materials. I really like the design and construction of this tent. So it's one that is definitely worth checking out as you're considering what is the right setup for you in your hunting situation. So that's our review. Really appreciate you watching the video. Again, I'm Scott from HuntTested. If you like this content, really appreciate it if you subscribe and like and share with your friends. Good hunting, everybody.